Hi, this is Liette Collier of Seize the Day Life Coaching. So, I want to tell you a little bit more about my love for Christmas. December 14th today, so this is day 11 of our countdown. When I was a child, as Christmas would near, we obviously, as most families, we had a Christmas tree. But the tree never went up until it just seemed like it seemed like late, right? Where it was, oh my word, when are we going to have the tree? When are we going to have the tree? And something that I still love today. The tree is just amazing, okay? And so we would all there were 6 kids in my family. We'd all head off to bed on this faithful night, and everybody would go to sleep. And then next thing I knew, my parents would wake me up. So one of them would come up and actually wake me up. And they would say, it was usually my mom, and she'd say, "You need to come decorate the tree with your father." And so it was like, are you kidding me? So everyone else was asleep. All the other kids were asleep. And I would sneak downstairs quietly and I would decorate the tree with my father. And my mother would sit there and she would knit. She would just knit away. And my dad and I would decorate the tree. Now, my dad absolutely was my world. My father, my parents, both my parents passed away. But my father was my world. And so he and I would decorate the tree. And in those days, it was the days where they had those icicles, those long silvery icicles. And my mother would sit there knitting, and as she's knitting, she would say, "You put those on one at a time." Right? You put those on one, don't clump them, and they have to be just so, and you put them on one at a time. So my dad, after a while, would be, kind of smiling at each other, mischievous. And so my dad, after a while, would say, "I think a coffee would be good." And so my mom would say, "Oh, I'll get you one." So she'd head for the kitchen. And from the kitchen, she could not see us. And as soon as she rounded that corner, my dad would take the icicles and he would just clumps and he would toss them on and toss them on and then just kind of pull them to spread them. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, she's going to kill us." oh my goodness. And he'd be like, "Come on, come on." So both of us, we'd be tossing them on and then we'd fix them. And then she'd come back and she would just have this little smile, like she knew what we were doing. And then we were just like, we got away with it. Well, we didn't get away with it, seriously. But she never said, "I know what you guys are doing." Her eyes and her smile did. And my father his eyes would twinkle and he just was like, "We got away with it. We got away with it." And so there is a wonderful, wonderful childhood memory. And every year I could not say that I was involved with decorating the tree. When we finish, I would head off to bed and go to sleep. And the next day, everyone was surprised because the tree was up. So there is my wonderful story for Countdown Day 11. All right, seize the day. Live your life to the fullest. Bye.